I messed it up. No more cautions. Not pits. I can't type for some reason. You see, some of the people who probably took just fuel. My brain is not gonna work apparently. And maybe on myself as well, just kind of trying to process all the information. Actually, no, I was right, because there's no more cautions in pits closed. I missed a 27 out of... Ah. Interesting, they're going to have some lap cars right in front of them that could get a potential drafting help here. Oh, someone in the wall. Oh, and they're all in the wall. And carnage ensues. 68's going to try to block the run up top. He looks like he's going to. Not very sure. We have the 68, 719. I wasn't very sure who it was after that. See if I can rewind that real quick. Taking me a second to find a better angle of this. The 9 and then the 1? Yeah. Alright, 31 of 60 after that was over. Now we're going to have a very, very short red flag. I think anyways. Yeah, there we go. We're just stopping real quick because there's some people are ghosted for some, so everyone just stops and goes again. It refreshes the system. So that's what this is. And it helps people coming off pit road right now. It gives them a couple extra seconds. Well, this front row is interesting. Tell me where you've seen this front row before. Tim Moore and Drew Jua. Two names you probably heard a lot, so you get to hear them again. I didn't really pay attention to who was leading in this scenario. I believe it's Tim Moore, though. Looks like I was correct. Tim Moore chose the outside. He was a control car gun jump in front of Drew Jua there. Very expected maneuver. All single file. That's a rarity. Well, okay, now it's two up top. But like 95% of the field single file. That's still a rarity. And it's back to the Tim Moore leading the show experience. He went all but like 4 laps, and that was a planned pit stop. Couple different people up here. The 68 is back in 5th. He actually, I mean, he got 10 points for winning the halfway, and being in 5th actually is a pretty good trade-off for it. I'd say that kind of works out for him, considering that you're technically the points leader as of right now. And that will be a caution, as we saw multiple cars spin, and I really don't know what happened there. We usually call it at the line, but considering they're already at the line, it's kind of hard to call it right then and there, so just have them go for the next one. And second caution, well, technically third caution of the race. Second with a wreck occurring. 25 laps to go. And if anyone was short on fuel, they could definitely pit and make it from here, but I highly doubt fuel is going to be much of an issue. And no one. I made a couple at the back, but it would have been surprising if more did pit from the front then, you know? Because even if I'm pitting with like 4 to go in this halfway, this is a 1x race. So this and combined with cautions, you probably could definitely save that if you needed like 1 or 2 laps. Alright, coming back around very slowly. The crawling pace. Seems like crawling pace. I mean, this is actually like probably 70, 80. It's not crawling, but on a 2 mile, actually a 2.5 mile track, it's crawling. Green flag back in air once again. Tim Morris a very... Oh, and it didn't work! I don't know what that was, and they're all wrecking now. I don't really know what just happened. I don't think that was half. It looked like it was a failed teammate move gone wrong, but I don't think that was half. I just don't know what happened. I expected an easy cut down move, and next thing I know, I just see that. It's also hard to tell what the game registers as someone spinning, and it's not actually a spin. It could be like a lag spin, where it looks like they should hit them, but then they don't, and they just keep going in a straight pass forever and ever. Oh, that's 1, 2... That's a caution. That's a big saving maneuver for Tim Moore. Looks like the 45 is on pit road. So is the 54. Like I said, that's a big saving caution for Tim Moore, who I don't really know exactly what happened with that, but he's going to be able to catch back up at least. Well, 20 laps to go, under caution, but 20 to go. And that's a guarantee because there's no overtime attempts. We have the last caution would be, it was like 3 laps to go. Well, with that changed what's going on at the front. We have a couple past champions on the front row now. Chad Eastwan, Caleb Buckner last season. Chad Eastwan about, I think, 2 seasons ago. Then we have, if I can find the right driver here. I passed him, didn't I? There he is. The 76 of Casey Masser, completely different number, but that's a Celsius car, or one of the Celsius cars. The 13 of Patrick Garrett, new team, that's for Gavin Hudspeth Racing. 68 of Vincenzo Iacovazzi back up there. The 12 of Victor Bassiani, haven't really talked much about him. New team as well, he's up in 6. I don't know who that is. 83, who's that? Sorry about the, whoop, I don't know what's going on there either. 83 of MJ Siro, 22 of Will Reagan. There you go. I gotta, okay. Sorry about all the flipping and weird camera angles. Try for who's who. At least for a decent rundown. Going back, about to go back green now with 19 laps to go. See if we can maybe get some green flag laps in this time. We'll see. 94 Buckner doesn't get a very good restart. No one's trying to take the road course this time at least. No one's trying to take the road course, but he's trying to take the apron to somewhere. I don't know where that somewhere is either, but... Oh, got someone in the wall back there. A little bit of contact. Everyone kept it straight though. And that is our first lap back under restart. So back to 3 cars if they do try to wreck it. That was a power. Who is the 4? Who is it? The 4 of Gatwin down. He literally was not even like in the race originally. He had to fall back at a qualifying time when other people didn't show up. He just made a power move around the outside and took the lead for like a split second, technically. Oh! Oh, and now they're all wrecking. That was definitely, if the first one definitely wasn't, the second one was. '76 of Casey Master trying to get a run on the outside. Is he gonna get there? Got him. This caution was 16 laps to go. Coming to 15 to go, we're going to be back green with 14 laps to go. This is our fourth different leader of the race. Tim Moore won basically all of the first half, and a little bit of the first part of the second half as well. Vincenzo led the last about 4 or 5 laps and won the first half away. Everyone's doing the fake out. Eastwan led for about 8 to 9 laps, I believe. No, 6 laps. And now we have Casey Master with his second lap led. Coming to 14 laps to go, we take the restart. I definitely watched this inside lane, especially the first 2 rows. Casey Master, Vincenzo Iacovazzi, very good friends. We know they're going to work together. Outside is Eastwan and Kevin Uruguez, and they've been teammates before. I don't know if they count right now as teammates, but I'd imagine they work together regardless. Gatlin Downey, Drew Jew on the outside. Will Reagan on the inside. Don't know who the 89 is. 89's Hanks. I haven't talked anything about him. Oh no, he's up. Wait, who's in 5th then? Oh, that's Tim. Okay, they look the same. I thought that was 89 for some reason. Alright, back green once again with 14 laps to go. 76 is a great jump, so is a 68. They're both going to clear easily. And we're going to see him try to get down to, well, we're going to try and get back to the line before they all wreck, to at least make it easier on himself if they do wreck. And they all do make it back. Casey Master continues to lead. As they're all single file, maybe they decided to wait this out for a little bit. We'll see though. I almost forgot to update the lap counter because I'm just that horrible of a lap tracker. Single file, 12 laps to go. 76 continues to lead. 68 there right behind him as well. And yeah, it's literally all single file at the moment, which is fine. They've again run down a couple extra laps here. Get some more green flag racing in. There hadn't been much of it this second stage. I apologize for the camera angle I've been sitting on the entire time. I just now realized. Oh, someone just got hooked in the wall. Is going to keep it up there. That will not be a caution. As they kept it off of everyone else, they just killed the wall, but that's completely fine because there's no damage. So he'll probably just fall back in line the tail end of that pack. Getting down to the very end. 10.5 laps to go. This will be 10 to go at the line. Let's see if we can find... There we go. The dominant driver of the first half, Tim Moore, looks like he's in 5th place at the moment. And look who he has right in front of him. Oh, a little bit of a stack up. Looks like everyone's fine though. Looks like I haven't seen any wrecks anyways. Oh, I say look who's right in front of him though. Drew Jua's right there. Oh. I don't know what happened at 76, but... That's going to turn the lead back over to 68 of Vincenzo Iacovazzi. Who won the first half of this race, so he got 10 points. Can he get the max points? Casey Master back to 5th. I mean, that's probably Vincenzo's closest teammate, although we have heard that the 22 and 68 are willing to work with each other. Obviously, that'd probably go out the window. It's like 2 or 3 to go, but... We're getting down to the part there. If there's going to be a caution, might have to happen soon if they're going to want another one right away. Because cautions are turned off with 3 to go, and unless it's half the field, it's probably going to take at least a 1 or 2 lap restart. And right now we're on 8 to go. So we'll see if anything happens before then. We got a couple stragglers in the back kind of making moves back there. This third fourth combo is going to be interesting to watch, though. We know they're going to follow each other no matter what. It'll be interesting to see what else happens, though, behind them, as we are at 7 laps to go. Sorry, I just took a quick drink of water. Wow, they're all single file. Wait for a second. So I can get ready for this, oh, saw contact back there. Looks like it's gonna be, yeah, everyone's good for that lap. You see that second pack starting to form a tiny bit of a gap. They're going to use that gap to catch up and make a run to the outside. With it being 6 laps to go, basically 5.5 laps to go here. Anyone in that back part's going to have to try something now. They really can't wait much longer. You don't want to make it too early, because then if no one goes with you, you're going to the back. But you don't want to wait too late either then, because you can't have enough time to get up there. So the catch-22. Five laps to go. I'm gonna go on a limb and say this will probably be, if there is a caution, it'll probably be the last caution. Oh, and speaking of that, someone in the wall, they're gonna keep it in the wall. It's only gonna be one technically. They are never wrecked either way, so that's gonna reset it back to 0. We will stay green. Oh, someone way down on the apron. He's gonna hook it right. And that's gonna be a caution. Very unfortunate. But that's right before the 3 to go window, so this is gonna have to, it's gonna be a one, like, basically right away a restart. There's gonna be no pit stops, quick yellow, gonna be a 2-lap shootout. Because the caution came out with them at a 4 to go, so technically it would be a caution, unfortunately. Like I said, no pitting, it's gonna be a quick reset, 2-lap shootout. And whatever happens, happens. It's gonna be no cautions, it's gonna be a straight dogfight, as we like to call it. So if you see basically all the field wrecks, and yeah, that's gonna be basically it. So this could be very interesting. Very interesting first 4. Everyone's mixed up. We know the 16 and 22 are going to work together. They are first and fourth, and we know the 21 and 47 are teammates. They're second and third. Anyways, basically everyone's caught up. Just like I said, I don't think anyone's a lap down. Last chance, 2-lap shootout. No cautions. Whatever happens, happens. So should be interesting. Six A was a big jump. Oh, that's why. I see why it was a bigger jump than I thought it was now. I just see them all get into the wall. They're gonna probably start wrecking here. But like I said, no matter what happens, it's yeah, it doesn't matter what happens, at least for the wrecking part now. But here we go, coming to the white flag. It's gonna be white flag this time. They're all single file. It ain't gonna stay that way, I promise you that much. .47 building a gap. 21's right in the back bumper to 68. We're gonna see how this goes. White flag in the air. Top 47 building a gap. Looks like the guy in fourth might be the, I don't know who that is building a gap back there. Is that the 76? It looks like it. Yeah, 76 building gap. Looks like the 20 right behind him and their teammates. They're going to go to the outside. Here comes the no U cars. Drew is going to come with the block and he'll go back down. 2 no U cars up there by themselves. All the buttons on the bottom right now. Oh, cup cars in the wall. 68 still waiting up through 3 and 4. More help on the top now. They're going to be a tiny bit of a run. Oh, a little bit of a lag pop. And Drew's going to have to push Vincenzo Iacobazzi to the win. Vincenzo gets the best of Drew on this one. Oh, I mean, if there's any positive to this, at least the caution didn't completely mess up the person who was waiting. I mean, it is in the rules. It was before the 3 to go, so it was a fair caution. It's always unfair. It's always unfortunate when it ends up costing the person who was probably in a good spot to win. Obviously to not win, but 68-1, 21 second. That's reversed of their points last season. 21 of Drew was the championship winner, even though Vincenzo won that race. But I believe that's a 59 fastest lap. It is, okay. Well, forgot to back out of that, but it's fine. We'll get back out here in a second. Okay, let's back out of that. See if we can. We got Tim in here. Let's see if we can get Drew. And we'll see if we get Casey in here. Well, while we're waiting on him, I guess we can start with Mr. Tim Moore anyways.
Yeah, well, let's go for it.
So, first question I want to ask is, what exactly happened with that restart where you just made like a hard left?
So, you know how I haven't played Heat in a month?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you see, that means if I haven't played Heat in a month, guess what I haven't used in a month?
Shifter?
Oh, wait, I've been muted. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to say it again. I don't know why I accidentally just muted you. Say that again?
Okay. You're good. So the shifter you haven't used in a month?
Yeah, so let's just say that I got into third gear, and I went to go grab in fourth, and guess what? It didn't come with me. The shifter didn't want to go to fourth. I was stuck in third gear, not once. Joni Elhanan almost got killed to restart after I got stuck in third gear again. So that was twice. And Casey was praying to the Lord that I did not get stuck in third gear in the final restart because that would have brought the whole field with me. So, needless to say, it obviously wasn't on purpose. We just got stuck in gear, and that comes with the fact that the shifter is probably not greased up as what it used to be, about 2 summers ago. But, I'd rather get the kinks out of the way now. We went from 23rd or whatever it was all the way back to running for the lead. So I'll take the positives where we can get them. But my God, I definitely shit my pants and got lucky there was a caution. And I'm sorry for cursing, but it's the truth. I shit my pants there because we had such a good race going, almost led every single lap to that point until that happened.
Yeah, it was a very fortunate caution that happened right afterwards. We also saw you pull some strategy. I believe with Drew there right before the stage ended. Was that obviously planned?
Yeah, that was absolutely planned on our end. It was something that last year we tried in the 250, but with 40 more laps in a race and fuel not being guaranteed to first half, it didn't make much sense in that kind of race. But in this kind of race, it was all about track position, getting up to the front, and I was only surprised, to be honest with you, only 4 people tried it. But I guess at the end of the day, does it really matter if it would happen? Because Vinny told us from the get-go, goes, listen, if I'm leading halfway, I'm staying out, I'm getting my points. Well, he won halfway and he ends up winning the race. So what do we know? We played the wrong strategy.
I mean, it worked. You got the lead back, and then obviously stuff happened, but you still recovered to a 4th place. Very respectable run on that part. Do you want to thank for the 4th place run?
Well, first off, I want to thank you for broadcasting the race here this evening. And goodness, I don't even know where to begin. OCM's so dang on big now. I mean, I want to congratulate Jose for winning yesterday. But, I do want to thank Drew as well. I wiped him out on that restart. I don't even know where. I know he got wiped again by Jonah, but he guided me through the field. We got through there. And, I also want to thank Casey for making that race clean at the end because there's multiple times we've seen this race come down to somebody getting walled. Ironically, Casey, the person in point. From Ben Smith a few seasons back, but we had a clean race to the finish. And, to be honest with you, and what I was explaining to Casey is, I saw who was behind him. I saw the car behind that, and I knew if I jump up, I'm getting left out. And I think about, last season at Talladega, of course, Daytona, where we tried so hard to get Miniker that 250 win. Vinny was with us from start to finish in both of those races, and he should have won Talladega. But I think winning this race to open up the year, which I still in my heart consider this the Daytona 250, even though it's not. So to win this race for him is special, and the fact that he's won now the last two races, technically, if we want to go back to last season's VRC season, starting off on the right foot. So I'm just glad to see that he was able to get in victory lane, and we were finally able to at least repay one favor back to him after last season.
And it's a very good start to the season, especially for OCM, and I imagine it's probably going to put you as a wasted team points leader, so still a very good day on the team front, at least.
Well, no, we shouldn't be the team points leader only because Vinny had a perfect day. So we'll be second, but, that'll be a thing we'll have to figure out. But you know what? I'm excited for VRC, and I'm excited to have you along with us in the mod crew. And that's where we'll start ramping things up now. That's the next big focus for me. Of course, we have a race next week still to go through here, but that's the next thing on my mind is trying to do what we can do in that Daytona, which is, I guess, technically the real Daytona 250. And I want to win that so badly, but I'm excited and don't want to get ahead of myself, but we're definitely prepping for that week well in advance in my head.
Yeah, it should be very interesting, hopefully, because, I personally am looking forward to it as well, but I can't really speak much of it on that front.
Well, I will say this, if you saw in the mod chat, we are prepping early season power rankings, top 10, so that'll be interesting to see. We're going to have all the mods try to decide who we think is going to be the top 10 to open up the year, and then we'll shake it up as the season goes along.
Well, I imagine it'd be two of you, it'd be Drew and you and Drew. Well, I don't know about the other 8, but at least that's 2 easy picks.
I don't see myself, to be honest with you, being in the top 5 going into it. So we'll see what happens. But I think there's a lot of guys that a lot of people forget because they either had faded from heat or have a good history, but we hadn't seen them in a little bit. Guys like Thomas Green, Jared Talmadge, very very good in all aspects. And I'll be honest with you, not a lot of people realize. Well, I don't. Maybe Drew can help me out. I don't know what JoJo's new name is off the top of my head, but Sims has been very, very good. Or Simwell's been very, very good. Yeah, thank you. And she's done a very good job, in the tryout races, has been fast week in, week out, and I think that's going to be someone else to look forward to this season. But there's a lot of new names, a lot of old names, a lot of exciting people, and I'm just excited to see what happens, to get the gang back. And you can't forget, we brought back Tyler freaking McDonald, man. We brought back the GOAT. So if we brought back the GOAT, intrigued his interest, that's what matters. Yeah, all right, Drew. Okay, whatever you say. But we brought back him. I don't know if what else that speaks further, but I'm glad to have him back as well.
And for anyone that doesn't really know what Tyler McDonald is, he was one of the GOAT debate as long as Drew Jua. They've kind of had equal stats throughout their career here, so very interesting to see him join the iRacing side, at least for that prospect of it.
Yeah, Jeffrey called him mid. That's what he's most known for.
Oh, the mid, okay.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, that was Tim Morris' 4th place today, after starting on a pole. Very respectable run from the 47 car. Next, we're going to move on to Casey Master in the 76. Weirdly enough, I don't know why the 76 is weird to me.
You don't know the history. That's the car I won my ENS championship in. Season
Okay.
raced here. Back when, what was that? E3 had the 76, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby, let's go.
Spencer,
Wait, no, it wasn't
Spencer
my team.
Boyd. No, that
Yeah.
was, what was
That
it?
was, I don't remember what.
Hoffman G. Hoffman G Racing.
Anyways, we've seen you up there as well, especially with Vincenzo at the very end. What happened on the backstretch, though? I saw you were in the lead and you kind of just went up the
Oh,
track.
oh, you already know what happened. That pesky patch got me.
Cause I turned around the camera to look at something else. Next thing I know, I seen you were just going up the track, and then you fell back to 5th, and it was kind of hard to get back up there from there. But still a very good run. Do you think you had anything on that 2-lap shootout?
I tried everything I could. Just I don't think I had enough help behind me to really get to the lead. But we got close.
Close you did. I mean, you had a couple laps. Can't really do too much better. I mean, you finished 3rd. That's a very good point stay for no you and the first race of the season. I believe the team affiliate didn't do as well, but is there anyone you want to thank for the 3rd place today?
Yeah, I want to thank OCM and Vinny for racing me clean when I was up there. They didn't leave me out to dry when I was leading. I really appreciate that because I didn't feel like going back in the pack again. Yeah, and I just appreciate you for broadcasting this, and yeah, I appreciate it being a clean finish.
It's always good when it's a clean finish. So even if the wreck crossed the line, it's better at least a clean finish in that regard. And that's Casey Master versus 3rd place. You want another one of the title contenders. I believe I have 4 of them in here, ironically enough, for this season. Let's move on to 2nd place. Again, Drew Jua for 2nd year in a row, technically.
Hello, hello.
Finished 2nd in the VRC Daytona race last year, and then 2nd in this race. When are you just going to get that one spot better?
Actually, correction. I actually did win last season, but
What a VRC one.
I think it was. Oh, okay. You were talking about. Sorry, this series. Yes, technically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know. We played the right strategy. Me and Tim pitted there, and we got to 1-2. We were really going to control the race there, and then unfortunately Tim had the shifter issue on that restart. I dropped back to like 13th and started making my way back up. I kind of was about to get in line. I was about past Sammy, and then John hit the glitch spot in turn 3, and I went like flying into the air. Restarted 24th. Drove my way back up to the field. We had that little confusion on the caution. I actually got up to 3rd, but lifted a little too much, thinking we had the caution. And after that, it was pretty tame. I was around all my teammates and alliances, and I look back on that final restart. I told Vinny I was going to stay with him as long as possible, and there was a chance that I could have went up in front of Casey. I'd done it before in another Daytona race, but I didn't really want to stall out the momentum, and I kind of wanted to solidify that I was going to have a chance to win. So unfortunately, we didn't get the run off of turn 4 that we need to, and I wasn't going to split it 3 wide and have that chance of accidentally hitting Casey. So we'll take a P2. We gave away stage points in the hope of track position. We got the track position, lost it, but we're able to come back and end up finishing 2nd.
And just like I mentioned with Tim earlier, you had the strategy call where you pitted right before the stage, and looks like it worked pretty well. I mean, you didn't get into stage points, but you rerouted back up to 2nd, and you had the lead whenever everyone else pitted.
Yeah, the plan was that I thought, with it being such a short race, that a lot more people were going to pit. Like, I thought there was going to be like 6, 7 more people that pit, but there was only 5 people that ended up pitting. One went a lap down, and I mean, I kind of looked like a fool, but at the same time, I did want to keep the track position because you've seen on these restarts, if you don't have a friend next to you or behind you or near you, you're going to drop back if you're on that top side. So I kind of wanted to sway away from that. And, I mean, it's not a stage win. We didn't get any stage points. But at the end of the day, we finished 2nd. I think we'll be in the top 3. I don't know who all got stage points because we were trying not to get lapped. But definitely a nice start of the season. Just want to say congrats to Vinny. I love working with him. We work well together on plates. Luckily, he was in front of me, so I couldn't lag pop him this time. But yeah, just congrats to him, and we'll come back and we'll try and win next week.
Yeah, and that's a very good start to the season. Technically, I mean, you're sort of defending a title, sort of not really. I mean, this is the the VNS series that Buckner won, but there's two people trying to defend one championship. Someone will defend it. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
be the one to defend it at the end.
yeah, we'll try and defend the I guess the Heat Top Series title. So
Yeah, and you have a good battle on your hands with all three of the people in here, and the guy who won the race and finished second in points last season, Mr. Vincenzo over here, if he has the mic ready.
Vote for Trump.
So it was a max points day for you. You won the stage when the strategy call happened by Drew and Tim, and then you won the race. And you can't start much better than that.
Yeah, we started front row. That was a good start. Usually I don't qualify very well at all, and Tim gave me some pointers, and we went out there, ran a great Q lap, had a great every run I can get, but early on, like in the pre-race, I said I was going to take every run I can get, but when I'm sitting second like that, right behind Tim and Drew, who I work very well with, I don't really want to jump out and cause any problems like that. So, we were riding pretty nice to halfway, and I said once it was getting brought up, I said from the get-go that I was going to stay out and try to win it, and they were fine with that, and I took from what I did last night, and I stayed out, went to go for the win. I finished third and a halfway, pushing Victor to it, and I came out sixth, and started second on the high side due to the choose cone. So it kind of lined alike. This time I blocked and won for the stage, and I took two tires coming out of pit road that put me fifth instead of sixth, and it was very helpful to get me to start on the bottom there. And then for a while we were riding nice, and then Tim's gear got stuck, knocked Drew out, and then it was me versus a bunch of Toyotas, and I had Victor and Will Reagan with me. So at that point I was just trying to sit nice. Then that caution came out, I got bumped out, and we started 14th late, and I just kind of put my head down to try to work my way up, and got back up to the front, thankfully.
And it's alright. And we already mentioned you're facing Drew, Tim, Casey, Buckner for this championship to come out on the first race. Was not only the top series Daytona win, I guess we'll call it that now, but to beat them and beat a points leader going to the second race. How's your mindset change with that?
Yeah, I know I told you before the race that the aggression was going to be up a little bit. I was a little on the conservative side last season compared to where I want to be at, and it showed. Like I said, some of the races I was too conservative in the lead, where I said I was gonna do this to keep my win, and I just kind of held my line and just let it happen. Pocono, Michigan too. I wanted to block Parker and win that race, but part of me just wanted to just see if it'll work for him and let it happen. And it costed me in the end in the championship, losing by a handful of points off of missed halfway wins, missed wins last season. So to make up for it, it's gonna be it was like a wake up call. Not that it's life changing, but for the racing aspect, we want to go in, try to attack every race head on, and yes, it is Daytona and anybody can win, but I feel like being up there the way that I was, and that the one time that I got knocked back, I worked my way back up and eventually won with the late race cautions and stuff. It kind of showed tonight, but I think of all heat right now, everybody's moved to iRacing, so I honestly think this is probably the best series on heat to race against. So I'm just happy we have so many competitive guys, not only just me, Drew, Casey, Tim, and Caleb, but there's other people that are under the radar that can win certain tracks, that prosper at certain tracks, and it's just a lot of variety, and I just want to be as consistent as I was last season, but hopefully take on many more wins like this as well.
Indeed, and I could expect a couple more wins, a couple more tracks. wouldn't know which ones because there's just so much competition now. But did you want to thank anyone else for this win today? I know you already kind of thanked a couple, but
Yeah, I'd like to thank you, like Tim said, for broadcast. You don't have to do it. You take time out of your night to do it, and we respect that and we enjoy it. And I'd like to thank Drew, Tim, Casey, everybody on track, especially Victor, especially for being the lap car that was my saving grace at halfway. Will Reagan for sticking with me, and a few others that were with me that I can't think of right now. But I have plenty of experience with them, and we race each other respectfully. We're all a good group of guys, and I appreciate the help, especially from Tim and Drew. And me and Casey have worked well together, and he was in the lead. And I felt really bad that he hit the patch because I wasn't gonna move anytime soon. Closer to the finish, I was gonna move, but I wasn't gonna move up for no reason with 10 to go when I have a guy that I work phenomenal with in front of me and two that I work phenomenal with behind me. Which just set something up at the end of the race like they did. And they only had, if they had more cars, it probably would have worked out on the high side better for them. But the two of them, Casey and Sam, had a great run on the outside and a respectful run. And I wanted to race it as again, overused word I just used, respectfully as I could. But I just appreciate everybody on track that was clean, all the lap cars that weren't, all the lap cars that held their line and got out of the way. It's the little stuff that matters to me for respect wise. And shout out to my teammate who didn't qualify in but was able to race and finish ninth tonight. So and shout out to Material. I wasn't expecting to have a driver just based off a lineup. I was hoping somebody wouldn't show up so he can run, which happened. So he had a little bit of a rough night, but it happens. It happens. Middle of the pack, he just got stuck there, and he ended up finishing ninth. So thankfully, the team we got first and ninth tonight. So we'll be taking first place in team owners from me, and hopefully he'll keep sitting top 10. That's all I want to see out of him.
I also don't mean to intervene, but I also do want to give one shout out as well to Gatlin. Gatlin was not supposed to be in the field, but he ended up quite literally being a last-second addition as a 29th car. I don't know where he finished, but Gatlin's a trooper for that one.
well, also just to add on to that, like I said, I don't know where he finished either, but I could kind of look real quick maybe. Don't see him. He finished 26, was very unfortunate, but I saw him going for the lead and came out of nowhere and actually got the lead for like a split second on the outside. I didn't know who it was at first, but very good run from, well, not a good run, but a good move from.
He was in the top 5 till he hit the apron, like in the closing laps. So he was there. Bad luck just hit him, unfortunately.
Yeah. But anyways, I think that's gonna basically wrap this up. Not a very dominant race, but we had a couple different waiters here and there. Tim led basically almost all the first half till this the point strategy. Vincenzo swept both stages technically to get max points. We had Casey waiting for a couple laps. So very good race.
How was your race today? How was your race?
It was good, I guess. I crashed down lap 0.
Only lap 0?
I had 0 laps and I crashed down lap 0.
I mean, hey, you still crashed less than Paulie Haraka, so. Wait, and you lasted longer than Kyle Larson in that one Talladega race.
But anyways, next week's Atlanta, same time. Hopefully see everyone there. And it should be a very fun one as well as tire saving, so. Well, we'll see. Anyways, have a good night, everyone.